everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here. I told you guys that music was going to be a big part of the upcoming series of videos, and that's just because of the fact that a lot of bands that I love have actually announced that they've been bringing out some new music at the end of this year, which is so great for me because I really thought that music that I really enjoyed listening to was really having a very quiet period. But we're going to end 2019 off with a bang, especially considering the biggest announcement that came, that Coldplay has a new album coming out in November, which is a double album. It's their first album in quite some time, so I am very excited to see what these guys are going to be giving me, especially considering that it is a 2-disc set. But we've got two bands to talk about today, and I was very curious to know what they would be bringing me. So the first band that I want to talk about is the band Alter Bridge, and I'm also happy to say that it didn't take me until the last minute to actually know that their new album was coming out. This is their 6th studio album, and their music is definitely an interesting, nice hard rock sound. And these, of course, are the 3 members of Creed, out Scott Stapp, and lead singer Miles Kennedy, and they've been really doing a lot of good stuff with their music. While their albums may not be so memorable, their music is still very good and very hard-hitting, and Walk the Sky is a good album. I got a great beginning with songs like One Life and Godspeed and In the Deep, and at the end we get very nice songs like Walking the Sky, Tear Us Apart. Between track 6 and track 10, I really don't get much that I think is really great, and I think that that's one of the main reasons why this album is far from perfect, but it's still a very good listen. I think it's much better than their last album, and when 5 songs out of a total of 15 are nothing truly special, that doesn't really necessarily say that this album is overall horrible. It's a very good album. I definitely think it deserves a couple of extra listens, and it also makes me want to pull a lot of my Alter Bridge albums out because I haven't listened to some of these albums in quite some time, but I'm so glad to see that these guys are still going strong and still making music, and this is definitely a good addition. The next album was one that really got me excited because it is one of my all-time favorite bands. I thought that they had retired with their 5th CD, but a 6th one has been released, and it is Screamer by Third Eye Blind. You guys all know that I am a huge fan of Third Eye Blind, and I think that Dopamine was one of the best albums that they made. It was the best album, in my opinion, that came out that year. So to know that they were coming back with another album got me so excited, and also finding out that this album was produced by Billy Corgan by the Smashing Pumpkins made me even more curious about it. And it's not perfect, guys. There's definitely a lot to be desired, but it's not a bad album. I want to make that absolutely clear. I appreciate the innovation and the different styles that they're testing out. There are definitely some styles of songs that I never heard from Third Eye Blind before, like So High and 2 Times Tigers. Definitely fresh and different, but I definitely will say the best song on this album for me is Tropic Scorpio. I love the way it sounds. I also love Who Am I? I also love Take a Side. There are some really good things in this album, but it's just not as good as what we have gotten from Third Eye Blind before. I've been listening to Third Eye Blind since I first heard Semi-Charmed Life on the radio back in 1997, and I have been a huge fan ever since, and I have just loved and appreciated everything that they have given me, and while this is just not as good as what they have given me before, it's still a good addition, and it makes me even more excited to see if they will continue making new music. So that's it, everybody. 2 new albums for you guys to discuss. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's talk about them, or not if you don't want to, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. You might think I'm foolish. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.